Yeah. So I was saying while we wait, does anybody have any question from what we did last time? Any difficulties? Okay, I guess there's none. Then we'll just proceed to today's class.
Sorry, I have a question concerning
Okay.
the codes you sent to us, the DAX codes. If you input them, they keep saying error for all the what they call it now, like the dates, the calendar, this thing. It keeps saying error. Whatever you input says error.
Okay. We'll do that. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the dashboard. Let me quickly try to load it in. Let's try something. Let me try it from the beginning again. So I'll show us for those that have the errors. So I'm opening a new a blank report. And I'm going to bring the data sets in and then start almost from afresh. Then we'll come back and pick it up from here. All right, so let's get the data in. Now here is the data set. We open it. Now, instead of just loading it in, we'll do some transformation. So let's transform it. And then we'll work on the other dates column. I'm sure that's where the error is coming from when you try to link it with the calendar table. So here it is. You can see it. The other dates column doesn't look organized. So what we'll do is, the first thing you do is you click on this drop down. Okay, let me try to change it to a date type first. Change it to a date. That's data type. And it's going to show errors. You click on this drop down, you see something like remove empty. Nope, still giving errors. No, let's remove the filter. Let's go back to the text data type. Yeah. Cancel, change type. Now let's remove empty. Okay, we've removed the empty rows. For us to have this in the organized format, we have to change the local. This is what I mean. You come to file, the file tab here, and then on options and settings, you'd go to options. We want to change this date format from the how is it called? The USA date format to the United Kingdom date format. So we have the option settings here. We'll just come to regional settings. Now we can see local for import. It's in United States, English for United States. So we change that to the United Kingdom. and then we press OK. So that's loading. Let's go back to Power Query. Apply changes. It's loading. Now it has loaded without errors. We still have to go to Power Query and change the formats of the other dates. Now we have this now. Let's go back. So to go to Power Query, just click on this and you say edit query. Now it's back to this. Let's change the date type now. Oh, I'm not sure this is. Okay, on the other dates, let's change the date type. Hopefully this works. Perfect. Now we have it all aligned. So if you do these little changes, you should not have errors on the dates column. It's very rare to load the Power BI data set on Power BI and not have date issues, but that's just the quick fix. So now that you have this, we can simply close and apply. Close and apply. Let's close it and load it to Power BI for our analysis. Now, yeah, we've got that. Here it is. The other date is now properly formatted as a date colon. Before it was a text colon. Now let's go to the calendar. Did I copy the DAX? So we'll go to the model view, and then you'd click on new table. It's going to bring this up. Let me see if I still have the calendar. I don't have it on my clipboard. Let me go copy the calendar DAX code. Ensure you follow everything religiously, else you'd have errors. But since it's recording, I'm sure everyone will get it. Now I've gotten the calendar. Let's go back. Now we'll paste the code here, and then you simply press enter or this tick button. You see, it's created. There's no errors in my end. There's no errors for the calendar. We've sorted that one with the date. Now let's quickly create a relationship. To do that, it's quite easy. You just drag the other dates here to the date on the calendar table. Now we have this cardinality many to one, and then we save it. That's it. That is done. Now we can go back to the reports view to start creating our charts. Now for the measures, the reason why you guys would have issues is because of this. You see the name here, the name on the table here is my active where data sets underscore 2222. But what I have on mine is just wheres. And then I gave you the DAX code to just mine, which is showing just wheres. These are measures. Ignore both of this. So what you do is you just let me go back there. You just double click on this and change the name of yours to wheres. Simple. I had to remove my active wheres so that I can quickly like type in the name in the DAX code. So just change your name to wheres and then you press enter. Now all those DAX codes you copied from mine would be working. You cannot have any error if you follow everything here, everything just the way I did. So for the calendar, I've shown how to fix it. The DAX, just change this. Ensure you change the name of the table. Because if you put that, the previous one, you see something like maybe cannot find table name. Yeah. That would be the error, something close to that. So change this to yes. Now we have that sorted. Let's quickly go back to where we stopped in our last class. So we did all of this. We did for page 2. Okay, it was left with a spark line here and a few more things. So we're looking at arranging this bar chart in a way that is in line with this table. As we want something that if it's sports bras here, there should be sports bras here. But on the product name on this, we have jackets. Meanwhile, here is sports bra. So we'll just sort it. I will be sorting the table. So you click on the table and you come to this and would say sort by sum of profit. Now we have that. Let's click this. Okay, after sorting it, I think let's still sort by ascending. Okay, it's in descending. Let's sort it by ascending order. Still not giving us. Jackets should be up here. Let's quickly do that. Sort by, no, sum of profits. Perfect. Now we have it. So you sort this by sum of profits, which is this profit bar chart. You know, we are looking at the product name and the total profit. So you'll be sorting the product name here against the total profits too, and then you filter by descending order. Oops, I clicked something else. Let me go back. Yeah. So this is what we want. Let me increase this. Now, jackets here to jackets here. Sneakers to sneakers. Backpacks here to backpacks. Like the same bars. These are two different charts, but we're just trying to use a trick to like join them together. Then socks here is the list. The product name socks is the list in terms of total profit. And then we have it here, socks. Yeah. Then the next thing we want to do is to add a spark line. I've shown us how to get this spark line. So to do that, we would select spark line by OKVs. Yeah, let me confirm from the overview page on how to do that on the product page. This is what we are trying to get. Okay, product name, month and then profits. Then the tooltips would be this. Okay. Now let's go back. I've seen it. Now open our table and we'll bring in, the first thing we'll bring in is the product name. Here it is. Take the product name. And then on the date, bring date month. Is that on the calendar? Yeah. Click on dates and then click on this drop down and we'll still have months. I think the months should come to category. Drag that to category. Now we have all the months lined up, January, February till December. And then on the values, we would have our profits. Let's readjust the calendar table. On the values, we will drag profits down there. All right, now we have the spark line, which shows the trends in profits for the month. But we do not want this, and we're going to format it in a way that we actually like. So we're going to format your visual, and then on the line, we should see something like shade area. Okay, yeah, on the area rather, Take this drop down. On the area, I will turn it on. Exactly. Now we have something that looks like an area chart. And then the color, we would have this color. Let me get this color first. The color of our dashboard. Let me quickly copy the hex code. So we'll go to bars, bar color, and more colors. Okay. All right. Now we have it. Now let's go back. This doesn't select easily. I do not know why. You have to click and click and click. Okay, we have it selected now. So on the area, let's change the color of the area chart to the sparkline to this. All right. And then I think would increase the transparency or it not reduce it, I'm sure. Okay, increase it. Yeah, something like this. The line color, I think that's actually okay. Maybe we can increase the width of the line. No, this is okay. Then for this label here, we do not want it. So category label, we turn that off. Perfect. Now we can adjust our spark line. Then we'll drag it. We'd also bring two tips into it. That's to show additional information about our data. All the charts we are using, we are going to use tooltips on them. I'm sure we know what tooltips are on Power BI. It's just something that, let's say, gives a pop-up window that gives extra information to a chart. I would still explain further what we mean. But here on tooltips, we would bring the percentage change of profits. Profit change, yeah. So drag it here. Then we drag 2023 profit and 2024 profit. That is looking at the previous year and the current year profit. Oh, that's for customer. 2024 profits, we drag it in. So let's say, for example, this bar chart now. We want to add a tooltip to show other information or more information about this very data. Now look at what we have here. We have just like the region, Western region, of course, and then the profits 70,613. If you are to add a tooltip, which we will, it would give us extra information about that. Just watch this. So we would bring the percentage change in profit to the tooltip. Would also bring the 2023 and 2024 profits. 2023 first. Oh, no, I have to select this chart. 2023, where is it? Okay, up here. We'll have that there, and then 2024. Now, if I hover on this chart, like, let me remove this. If I hover on the bars, now we see this pop up now. It shows us the sum of profits for the Western region, the percentage change compared to the last year. And then it shows us 2023 profits and then 2024 profits. As you're hovering on it, it's changing. That's just what a tooltip does. So we'll be adding it to all of our charts. But I think we are done with these three for now. What is more? Now let's format our chart. As usual, we'll remove the text on the y-axis. We'll take this off, this region. And then the sum of profits below here, we'll take it off, and all these values. These little things, like I told us in our last class, can make or break our dashboard. These things helps or makes the dashboard to be cluttered. So all these unnecessary details, ensure you take them off when building your dashboards. Not just this one, but other dashboards you build in the future. So we'll go to the y-axis, okay, for this first. And then we'll say values, we turn it off. Watch how the chart would look neat when we are done removing all of those. On the x-axis, we'll turn off the title. Now we see this. It's just clear and straightforward. No unnecessary informations and words, all of that. So for this, we'll remove this region here, this sum of profits, and these 50K, 100K values. So first, the y-axis will turn off the title. Be careful not to mix the values and the title in the axis. This is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. So for the y-axis, we are not removing values. If we remove values, we will remove this southwest and all of that. We won't give, like, there will be no way for someone to understand this chart. Now look at, if we turn off the values and we just have something like this. So for the y-axis, we will remove just the title, which is that region. Now on the x-axis, that is where we would be removing the values and the title. This title. Makes sense now. As we're working further, we'll remove this. We'll remove this title. I don't use titles from Power BI. I'll use them text box to add our title. So looks like we are done for now with this page. Are we? Any other changes, we'll do that. So let's go to, let's see page 1. Was page 1 okay? Yeah, I think so. So now we'll head to the third page, page 3. This one is quite simple. We're not doing much. It's just for us to, okay, we won't format the table for now until when we bring in our background. This is okay. And the last page of the dashboard, which is the 4th page, let's quickly create that. Now we'll say new page, which is the page 4. We're going to name all these pages when we are done. Remember, on your own dashboard, you won't have these ones. I am having this because I just started creating from the like from where I stopped when I worked on mine. So you won't have the overview, the products, location, and others. You just have page 1, which would be somewhere here. So don't get confused. Now let's quickly bring in a table. Now we have this. It's going to be a long table, like has to be large because we are putting in a whole lot of things. The first thing we'll be looking at is the order ID. So we bring in order ID, bring in order dates. The dates makes a whole lot of sense after I formatted it. 2021, it's, yeah. And then the states. The sales channel. Then the product name. The quantity of the product sold. We'll bring in quantity. It's going to be some. We change it to distinct counts, right? I think distinct count or count. Count instead. Yeah, just have it as count, not distinct. Yeah. And then revenue. Just take the revenue and then total profits, which is we calculated total profits. All right. But you have to adjust for all of this to enter. But we'll change the header, these names. Some of them are too long. So count of quantity, we know now. We'll double tap this and then we remove count of. Let's just have that as quantity. Sum of revenue, we double tap here. We double tap here and then we'll have it as revenue. Total profits, that's okay. Well, let's put a space after the total so that it looks better and easily readable. Order ID sales channel products. Yeah, this makes sense. The total values, we don't want it. This. So we'll come to the format your visual tab under totals. Turn the values off. Now let's move the table somewhere here. Can adjust to it or so. And then we'll go to our third page. We grouped this. Yeah, so I'm just going to copy it and then paste in the foot page. Copying this, I just hope it doesn't give me issues because it's looking like it wants to. Oh. So Control C, I hope that has copied. Now let's go to the fourth page, page 4, and then Control V. Okay, yeah, it copied. We have that pasted there. Let's just have it like this. It doesn't look good. Yeah, we know we're not done. We'll format it properly very soon. Now let's go to page 1 and start formatting our KPIs. That's these cards and the line charts all together. This might take time, but yeah, we'll do it. So first we ungroup it. You know, we grouped all of them, so I have to ungroup it so we can do what we're supposed to do. You click on it, you come to format it under group. Since it's grouped already, you'd see ungroup. Now we have ungrouped it. I can select any of the visuals. So let's select this and then would go to general. Under call out values, as the name implies is just how do I call it? The values, these numbers, yeah. I don't know if we should edit this now or let's work on the background first. No, let's not edit this now. It's gonna be a waste of time because when we bring in the background, we'll still edit it again. So let's quickly go to PowerPoint and then create our background. What's the time? We spent about 30 minutes. Hopefully we round up. I don't know. Let's see if we can round up everything today. On the second page, everything is looking good. So I'm going to go to PowerPoint. All right. So these are the backgrounds. This is the background for the dashboard. I think this is for the first. This is for the third page, yeah. So let me quickly open a new slide and then show us what to do. Open blank presentation. When you're on your PowerPoint, this is what you'd have. You simply no, I don't want to design. Just bring your mouse and then delete all of this. Click on it and you press either delete or backspace on your keyboard to have all of this off. So what we want is, this is where we design the backgrounds and all of that. And we'll be using shapes to do that. So first we change the background color, which is the color of this, to something dark. Let me get the hex code for here. I don't want to show us, but we'll be using this background I already created. I don't want to show us how we can do it. Why is it not opening? more colors, and then hex code. So when you come to your PowerPoint, you just right click and then you come to format background. You'd see color here. Under this, you can just select whatever color you want for your dashboard. I'm just showing you this in case you want to like create something special or different for whatever project you have. But for this, or the sake of this report, we'll go on more colors on custom. And then you type in this code I'm going to paste. 1B, 1F, 2, 3. Now you see the background has changed. So what we would use is shapes. Let me just quickly show us. But I'm going to upload this very PowerPoint background for us so we don't have difficulties. Because this is kind of difficult to create. So I'm going to upload mine for everyone. So this is a shape. And then we have two icons here, the white one and this colored one. This just shows how rounded we want the shape to be. Let me take that again. I think I was too fast there. So you come to insert on shapes. Yeah, I missed this. There are two types of rectangles here. This is just a normal rectangle, which is direct square. Then this is a rounded rectangle, the one that has rounded corners. This is an oval. So this is what we are using, rectangle with rounded corners. And then we select it. And then you just draw whatever shape you're looking at here. Now, how rounded do you want it to be? You can adjust the roundedness when you click on this other icon. Remember this one and not this. This is to adjust the size. This is to adjust the roundedness. You see, you can take this anyhow you want it. But yeah, something like this is okay. And you right click and you go to outline. And you click on no outline. And it's going to remove the line we had here. The next thing we want to do is change the color of this. So to do that, you click on the shape. You come to color. I'm using a gradient color for this dashboard. It's a whole lot of editing process here. It's a whole lot. So I'm just going to use the one I created, but I'm just showing us this in case you want to work on any dashboard or anything at all. Then you're looking at, let's say you want a white background or something like that. You can just use something like this. This is where you place your charts. When you've created, let's say you've created a shape like this. If you're having two charts, for example, or even if it's three, whatever number of charts. But let's go to the one I already created and then we'll make some changes there, which is this. This is for the third page. So we'll be using this to create for our page 1. So guys, watch how I do this. I'm just going to insert a new slide, okay? And then new slide. That's another page. Let me take this off. Delete it. Delete this. This might look small, but trust me, it's not small. I have reduced the zoom. I've reduced the zoom to 23. If I should, let me increase this quickly. You can see how big those shapes are. Now, I'm sure most of us are wondering, how do we know that the shape we are creating or the background we are creating here would fit into Power BI? Sometimes you just have to create here and then adjust till it fits. But quickly, let's go. If you come to Power BI, come to your report here. You see what you have? You come to this place, format your report. On Canvas settings, you just use the normal size here. We will change this. Let me check for the first overview page. Okay, on overview page was 900.15. Now you see the height here, 900, the width 1005. For Power BI, it's in PX. So you just come to PowerPoint. Let's use this one. And then you search for slide size. I searched it already, that's why we have this. Custom slide size. And then you can just type in, the first one was 15. Oh, 1500. Am I correct? 15 px. Type the px, is going to convert to inches because PowerPoint uses inches. And then in height, what height did we have? Oh, the height is 900 and the width is, yeah, okay, I'm correct. Then in the height, we type in 900 px, and then you just press OK. Then you ensure fit. It's going to load for some seconds, and you see this is, the background is kind of bigger. You can reduce the zoom so you can see the whole background. Ensure that whatever shape you're creating fits into this place. This is how it's going to appear. You don't draw one shape outside here. No, everything must be in this background. Like this is the slide. Anything outside here is another thing. Now let's go back here. So we want to create, this was for page 3. We want to create something for page 1 and 2 and 4. So our background color, which is it? Is it this? Let me confirm. Okay, the second one. So change this, come to color, and then we have this. Now we have this. And then the shape, I'm just going to quickly copy this one. Copy. And then I'm going to paste it here. Exactly. It is here now. Then I'm going to copy this other one. Then we have this here. Oops, not to. We have this here. This takes some time. Now we would adjust this, make this one kind of something like this. I don't know, it looks too small, but trust me guys, it is not small. And then we duplicate it quickly to have another one here. Something like this. This space is for the KPI cards. Would still format it. Let me bring the KPI cards. This, Control C. These are just shapes too. Let me show us. To just create it, you just go on Insert, Shapes, and then here it is. Remember, we say no outline. So you come to outline up here, take it off. These things take time. It takes time. But you play around it consistently and then you'd get everything. The color, can just change it to the color you want and then make it gradient fill. Yeah, so this is it. It's just a shape. It's just a shape, and then to have it into 4 places, you duplicate it. Control D to duplicate it. I'm just trying to show us quickly. Duplicate that, and then you drop it the next. It's not showing because of the background, but yeah, just duplicate all of them. Now you have the next one. This is for the KPI cards. So let me take it off. Just have to show us a quick guide on what I'm trying to do. Now I'm going to copy this one, take it to the second page, and then paste it. Now I would have this here, something like this. Up here. These cards look too big, or these shapes. Let me zoom. They look too big, so we'll adjust it. Then this take it to the end of that. So it looks. Now let me reduce the zoom so we can see everything clearly. I'm going to take this one off. Please, when you're working on yours, okay, I'm going to send the background so everybody would be fine. But for other dashboards you're trying to create, if you want to use a PowerPoint for the background, ensure the spacings are consistent. See, the same space I have here is the same one I have here. Now let's duplicate this and then we'll drop it. drop it here. You see this space? It's the same with this and this. We cannot have this a little space here, and then on this other chart, we bring it here. It might look good to you, but it doesn't make sense. This is too wide. So it's either you adjust this, then you also adjust this. So something like this. Now this is perfect. This is for the sales by channel, and this is for the map charts, I'm sure. So quickly take one of them again, duplicate it, Control D to duplicate, and then we'll bring it here. Take it up. This is for the line chart, the profits by month. Take it somewhere here. Now this is beginning to look good, right? Now we have our page one. This is for page one. Okay, we'll still come create for page two, because I know this is for page three. But so let's import this to Power BI first and be sure if what we're doing is actually okay, or if it makes sense. Or sometimes you might take it to Power BI and it's not equal. You just have to come, if it's too small, you just come increase it again, increase, you understand? Just so it fits properly. So to import that, we would save this. Is this in line? Let me drag this. All right, it is. So you come to File, Save As. How do I save this as? Let me just say where sessions. Then remember, we are not saving this as a PowerPoint type. Ensure you change this. Save as type. We are saving it as PNG. That's Portable Networks graphics format. Here it is. This would simply convert that PowerPoint type to an image. PNG is just an image. JPEG is also an image, JPEG, but we'll be using PNG, the graphics format. So we'll click on that, and then we'll say save. It's going to ask us which slides do you want to import. We have two slides. We'll say all slides. But even if you have just one slide, you still see this prompt. So you just press just this one or all slides. But we have two slides there, so we'll just say all slides. Each slide has been saved in a separate file in the folder. Okay. Now back to Power BI. Now let's go to our page one here. Ooh. To bring it in, we click on this format your report page. Canvas background. See this image place here. Would browse. Click on browse. Now let's locate it. Where did I save that? Okay, on PowerPoint folder. So these are various backgrounds I've created. It's kind of a lot. Okay. Sessions. And then we're looking at the first slide, which is this one. I hope we got this right. Then we'll open it. Now we have it in, we can't see it because the transparency is 200. So we'll reduce the transparency to 0. We have something like this. Still doesn't make sense. We change the image fit from normal to fit. Now we have this. Now we have this. We'll start formatting the charts from here. Let me see the size of this page. Okay, it was, I think, 900 and 15, 900 in height with 15. So let's change the custom size of this. So go to canvas setting. Okay, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's actually okay. So now let's format this. We click on the chart. We remove the background. This white background here, we do not want it now. You know, we have our background already. But originally, you can change your background here and use whatever color. So we'll just turn the background off. Now we have that there. For this, the map chart, we turn the background off. Profits by sales channel, we turn it off. That was why I did not want to edit these cards, because we would still make some changes, a whole lot of changes actually. Now you see, it's beginning to look good. It's beginning to look good. Now we would drag this, would expand it. We cannot see the month's label down there. It's because we've brought in a dark background. What we have to do now is to change the text to a white color so that it can be visible. Did we use a white? No, not a white color. I think the color of the chart. So go to format your visual. That's the x-axis, obviously. Then the color would be this. Now we have that. Same thing for this bar chart. The color, change it to this. Now we adjust this, ensure it fits properly into the chart. The next thing we'd want to do is, okay, the map charts. Let's adjust this. Yeah, now we have something like this. Now work on the KPIs, all of this. Let's try to edit them one by one. We'll click on it. We'll come to the format your visual on call out values first. We'll change the font size of this to, I think let's see 20 for now. MF20, yeah, let's just use that for now. And then the text size would change it, the text color rather, to white. It's not showing because of the background. We'll turn off the background color. The label color will also be white. Then we'll go to the reference label. Reference label down here. And then the title, we want it to be white too. The value, white as well. We're changing it because if we remove the background, we would see it properly since we have a dark background already. Now something like that is okay. Now let's turn off the background color. Turn off the divider and all of that. We can't see it, but no worries, we'll see it very soon. So color values, layout. So let's go to cards. I think it's under cards. Okay, the background here is off. Is it general? Effects, the background, turn it off. All right, here it is. Let's bring this one down. Bring this one down. Now we would adjust this, make it smaller. Would fit it here. Then the area chart would also bring it down. Something like this is okay. How is this? Now let's also reduce the size of these reference labels. It's a whole lot of formatting. To have a nice dashboard, you have to put in a whole lot of work to ensure everything looks better. So on the label, I want this revenue to be up a little bit, not too close to the value. So on that space between label, I'm going to increase it. All right. Yeah, I think 15 is okay. Any changes on the layouts? All right. Call out size is okay. And let's go to the reference label and make the font size smaller. Yeah. The title, that's that versus PY showing they want it to be smaller. Okay. Looks like 11 is okay. Don't know if I should make it bold. No need. 11 is okay. Now we have something like this. I'm gonna increase it up a little bit. Okay, same with this area chart. For this, I'll just take it up. Still doesn't look proper. We'll change this the interpolation type, that this line charts, the area chart rather. We want it to be smooth, the line type. So you'd come after selecting the area charts, you'd come to format your visual, then you go to lines, and then the line interpolation type, change it to smooth. Now we have something like this. And then the shade area, here it is. The color. Let's increase the transparency to something that looks good. Let's make it 75. Oh, let me just type it in. 75. All right, now we'll do the same for all of this. I wish I can get the formatting of this to paste here. It works, but it removes the reference labels. So Control Z, we'll have to do it manually for the 4 of them. Now that we are done with this one, let's quickly group it. So that once we move it, we can easily move all of them. To group it, I showed us earlier. Just have to select or like draw a kind of circle or rectangle rather over the chart, and then you press Control G on your keyboard. Now it's grouped. You see, we have 2 visuals here, a card and an area chart, but I can move both of them together. I can move both of them instead of doing it one by one, and it's kind of easier. Yeah. The next is this. The next one, profits. Yeah, it's profit. So we'd come to format your visual, and then we would change. Let's quickly go to general, remove the background first. General, turn the background off. Then we'll come to visual, go to cards, turn the background off, the border off. On the reference labels, turn the background off and the divider off. Now it's something like this. Now we'll go to the value, make the value to be white. All right, I think this was 11. I think 11. And the title value, the versus PY there is still dark on that title. You see, this is title. We change the color to white. On call out values, which is this, we'll change the color of our value. That's 69.36K to white. And then the font size, reduce it to 20. And then this label, the profit label is still not showing properly. We have that as white. So on label, we have that as white. Now we are done with that. Space between category, let's increase it to, oh no, I don't think it's this. On label, it's not moving. Is it layout? Okay, let's bring that in. Let's adjust it first. So I'll bring this here. Now, good, we have this here now. Increase it up a little bit. I'm trying to make these profits to go upper. I think that should be on the call out values on the label. Yeah, it should be changing. It should move up. Okay, yeah, it is. So drag that to 23. Please ensure you align everything perfectly, just like mine. We selected something. All right. Now I would have this here. Remember, we changed the line type from something that looks like that to smooth. And then the shade area, we'll adjust the transparency to 75. Type in 75. This is just showing us the trends in profits. I mean, if you hover on it, you'd see the sum of profits for December. Let's change that from sum of profit to total profit. So you just come to your y-axis here and then you write in, you just type in total profits. Then this would be month name. Now let's add in our tooltips. Let me confirm the tooltips we had there. Let's go to overview. You can see for this, we have a whole lot. You can see as you're hovering on it, it's showing a whole lot of details. That's the month. Yeah, so let me see. Now let's go back page 1. Okay. So to achieve that, we would bring in total profits on the tooltips. Okay, we had month's name already. We don't want it to show month's name. Let's just have it as months. Month's name does not make sense. Month. And then we bring the percentage change of profits. That's the year-over-year profit change here. We'll drop that. Bring 2023 profits. Where is it? We'll drag that down here. 2024 profits. We drag. Okay, please for customers. 2024 profits. We drag it down here. And then this is showing year-over-year profit change. We don't want it like that. We just want it to be percentage change. Now look at something like this. You see? It makes sense. If you want to be sure of this, you can quickly go to your maybe any AI or Google or whatever. Okay, let's just say Meta AI on WhatsApp, and then you ask something like okay, for example, 2023 profit and 2024 profit. So you can say, you can tell him to give you the difference or the percentage change between 6,201 and 6,041. You would see that the answer is 2.58 minus 2.58. It's the same calculation DAX is giving us. Same thing for these two. What next are we adding? Okay, yeah, the year-over-year change. We said we just want that as percentage change. Not, let's take this off and then we'll have enter. Now it shows us just the percentage change. It's working on it. Yeah, percentage change. That makes sense. We didn't have this for this, so we have to add it. It's okay. Now on For this, okay, the quantity is next. The quantity is next. Let's quickly format this. Okay, go to general. Under effects, we remove the background. We'll come to visual. On layout, no. On cards. Why is this popping up? On cards, we turn off the background. Turn off the border. So we'll go to reference label. Reference label is simply the second part of the card. On reference label, we have background, right? Yeah, the background and the divider. Then the values, we have it to be white. The title as well. The value should be 11. The title white 2. No, the value is 12. It's the title that's 11. Call out values. The font size, the font color white and the font size 20. And then the is it layouts? The header, which is label, yeah. On the color, we change it to white. Now we have this. We'll adjust it to be smaller a little bit. Take this one off. Quantity. We'll adjust it properly. You see, this is actually everything here is interactive. Let me just show us. Let me quickly show us. Click on the slicer. You see they are changing. It's showing us the different changes and the figures for each of the year. Everything is interactive. So we're looking at 2024. I think that's done. Then the sum of quantity, we'll bring the quantity area chart here, bring it down. Then we'll change it to smooth. Formatting alone might take us how many minutes? Interpolation type smooth. Then the shade area, have the color 75. Let me adjust this. Everything must be the same. Same with this one too. All right. Quantity, we'll drag this up. I'll take this up. And I'm gonna take this a little bit down too. Okay. Now I'll move the quantity upward. On call out values, we'll go to label, right? And then the space between label and that's the values. We increase it. Let's leave that at 18. This position is basically asking us where we want this label to be. If we say below value, it's going to come below the quantity, below the value. Now we see quantity is below. The 5,000, that's the number of quantities is now up. But we want it to be above. Above makes sense. 509. I was thinking we would, okay, we'll still meet tomorrow, yeah. Now, let me charge my. We'll do the same for the customers. For the customers, we would normal formatting now. Ooh, we'll go to cards, turn off the background and the border. And then come to general. Let's quickly remove the the background too. Right. Now on call out values, we change the fonts to 20. I have to try to be faster. This to white. The label white as well. Then the space between category, let's draw that something like 20. The reference label, would click on it, and then the title, white too. The values title would be white as well. Then we'll turn off background here and the divider off as well. Perfect. Now we have this. In our class tomorrow, I'm going to show us how to export this and post it. I'm going to show us how we can get a link of our report and post on social media, like wherever you want to post, so people can interact with it live. You know, it makes sense if you post your dashboard here, but it makes more sense if people can click on the link and then see the dashboard live. I mean, interact with it, hover on it, and see the figures. So I'm going to show us how to do that and many more. What next? Okay, on the visual, we'll go to the line interpolation type. Let's have that as smooth. The shade area, did I change that? Okay, 75. None. I want everything to be the same, so yeah. I'm gonna adjust this to now. We have all of this, we are done with this, but we might wonder if we are going to go through the same stress for all this page. No, we can simply copy and paste because they are the same figures. So we'll just group it. You just hover on it like this. Ensure all of them are selected. See, two each. Now you just say Ctrl G. Perfect. I think let's complete this page one before we move to another place or another page. So for page one, I just want us to finish this page one. So we'll say something, we'll bring in a text box. Bring in a text box. To do that, you go to insert. You see this icon here showing us A here is basically text box. You tap on it. Now we have this. You go to effects, we turn off the background. And then we would write something like the first one we write is in caps. Sales. It's not showing. Let me change my font color to the color of our dashboard. We have it now. Let me change the font size as well to something like 16. And it has to be bold, I think. Oh, I have to change this color again. I thought I did that, bro. 16. The font color would be this. Then this would be bold. Now we just have something like sales dashboard. Sales dashboard. Would have this up here. Please ensure the alignment, this rule of alignment. You cannot type something in a text box or whatever you're trying to be, and then you bring it somewhere like this. You see this? It doesn't make sense. Or you bring it too close to the end of the shape, something like this. I'm glad I didn't forget that. But now let's say, for instance, this chart now, you bring the chart like somewhere here. Look at this. It does not make sense. The beauty of the dashboards comes from this consistent spacing. Ensure the dashboards have breathing space. There should be a space here, space up, space by the side and down. Everything should look like, just give it a breathing space. Yeah, so that's that. We'll bring this somewhere here. And then we'll put another text box. We'll just let me just duplicate this. Control C, Control V to copy and paste that. Then we'd have this, and then we'd say something like track TVS sales performance and optimize growth, something like that. So let's just start typing. It doesn't have to be bold. And the font size has to be, let's say 14. Track activewear sales. Notice that I'm starting each of the major words with a capital letter. Sales performance and optimized growth. Optimize growth with real-time insights. It's real-time insights. There's a hyphen there. Real-time insights is, there's a hyphen between the real-time, not the space. Optimize growth. We'll have this as, and I'm going to highlight all of them and make it in italics. Let's italicize everything. Yeah, something like this. We are getting there, but we are not done yet. Let's round up this page 1 at least for today. Then the sales dashboard has to be white. That's this title here has to be white. I missed that. Has to be white. Perfect. Now this, we will bring in a text box. They will call this months of 2024 profits. So let me paste the text box I copied earlier. I'm going to bring it in. Months of 2024 profits. So just circle it, unbold it, and then would say months of 2024 profits. So for this dashboard, I just assumed that the stakeholder wants to see his details for 2024 alone. That's why the slicer here is selected 2024, but it's actually in a way that you can select to see the details of other years from this slicer. You know, slicers helps us to like filter and show other information. Yeah, we have this now. Let's take out this title, the sum of profits by month short. So we come to general and then title, we turn it off. We have something like this. Then we have the text box. We would adjust it and drop it there. You can make this smaller a little bit. Remember, there is breathing space. I did not carry my own chart and then bring it somewhere like this. Please take note of all of that. So something like this is okay. No, that's even too close. I think I brought it. Yeah. And the next one, let's bring in our slicer here. So this is the slicer. We'll change this to, I think, button slicer. It's a button slide. I'm sure we have this. This is available for everyone, I'm sure. Now you click on that and then you bring in year. You bring in year. Once, let me just do that again. So you click on this button slicer. Here it is. And then you go back to our calendar table. Open our calendar table and then you tick year. Bring that to field, not tooltips, to field. Now we have this. If you expand it, you would see, okay, it's showing 2024 because I selected 2024 here. But uncheck it. Now we have the complete 4 years. Okay, so let me remove this one. Now we would edit this slicer in a way that is very, very appealing. First, we would come to format your visual, call out values. Okay, let's start with removing the background first. On the effects, the background, turn it off. Why is it not? Yeah. Then I think, yeah, on the buttons, the fill color would be, it has to be the color of this background. The color of this background. Am I right? I'm trying to check. But the lighter shade though. So let's go back to PowerPoint and get the hex code. So let's get the hex code for this. Oh, my brain. How do I do that? How do I do that? How do I do that? Okay, I think it's here. Then more colors. Copy this hex code. I'm even stressing. I can easily get it from page 1 of the dashboard. Can get it from page 1 to be very, very sure. So click on it. Then we'll go to buttons. The default fill color, more colors. Now we have the 6666 and whatever. So we'll go to page 1. That's how we want the slider to look like. From this, we'd have what we had in the overview page. So you come to buttons. Buttons simply means these buttons here. And then the default fill color will not be that white. You change white. This is, you come to more colors, and then this is the color you'd have. Let me click this so everybody can see. When you come to more colors, you type in this code, the hex code 666B6C. Type that and then you return. The border line, you turn that off. Then the callout values would be for default would be the color of our dashboard, which is this. And it's looking good. We are getting there. Then the shape of our buttons would have it as rounded rectangle, and then we'll adjust the roundedness. Something. Okay, first let's go to layout. And then the maximum columns shown should be 4 columns. Let's just have it like that. 4 columns. And then we would adjust it like this. We'll adjust it. You see the text are not in the center, but we're not done yet. So the rounded corners, let's just put it at, I think 30 is okay. I think, no, that's too much. Let me bring it back. Let's just have it as 20. Call out values. Let's go to call out values, and then we would press this horizontal alignment, the center. Now we have the values on the center. This year header up here, we don't want it. So we'll simply go to general title, we remove it. Now we have this. We can now edit it, adjust it in a way that makes sense. Now we have something like this. Would still format it further. We're looking at 2024. Now the next thing we'll do is this. This is a little bit to involve some logic. So under the buttons, you see this apply settings to state. Default is just the way it is now. So we want to apply a setting that when it is selected, it will give us another color. So you change this from default to selected. Now what we want is, if it is selected, the fill color should not be black. The fill color should be this. Now watch this. If it's selected, now we see the fill color has changed. Before it was black, it has changed to this. And we don't want the values to be white when it is selected. So we'll go back to call out values. And then we change this to selected. If it is selected, we want the values to be this. Now we see this now. And we want it to be bigger. I want it to be like 16 and then bold. Yeah, something like that. So that if you select on, you just know that you've selected. Now let's also change the color for the hover. That's if we hover on it, we want to see a color that makes sense. So we'll go back to button. We'll change this from selected to hover. Hover simply means as you're taking your mouse on it, what color do you want to see? We don't want this somehow. So on the fill color for hover, we change it to this. Now watch this. As you're bringing your mouse, it's showing. But we can't see the value because the value is the same color of the hover. Yeah, something like that. So we'll go back to call out value. It's a lot of process, but we'll achieve it. Call out values, and then on the value, we'll change the state to hover, and then the color would be this other one. And then we'll make it bigger and then bold. Now, if you're selecting on it, you can see it makes sense now. It makes sense. I think that's that. Now, if you select on this other one, see it changes. 2024 has gone back to its default color. For this, it changes. So let's just leave it at 2024. All right. The last few things we'll do for today is we'll bring in a text box for this. So let's just duplicate this one. Control C, Control V. All right, yeah, I've copied it. Control V again. That's to paste it for this other one here. So this is profits by sales channel. So increase the text box to be longer so it can contain. And then we would say profits by sales channel. Profits by sales channel. Profit by sales channel. And then we would turn off the title from this chart, the original title. Turn it off. That's we select it and go to general, and then we put it off. Now we would adjust this like this. Remember we said breathing space. Then we are going to make sure that sales channel is in bold. So you just select sales channel and then Control B, or you just select bold here. Now we have this. Let me bring this a little bit downward. Pops up and events. It's not showing properly. So let's fix that. That's on the y-axis. The maximum width. All right, we increase it to like 30. Now we have it completely shown. See, this makes sense. Can choose to increase our chart a little bit. Same for this. This would be profit by state. So profit by state. So we'll double tap on state and make it bold. We make it bold. Now we'll click on this. We'll go to general, format your visual. On general, the title, we turn it off. This little space here, this state Alaska, it's kind of colorless. Let's see how we can fix that. Format your visual, fill colors. Okay, should be blank areas. Let's just turn off blank areas. It's gone. Now we have a nice looking page 1. We have a nice looking page 1. And we are going to bring in something called page navigator. So under the inserts, I think it's on buttons. This is a navigator, page navigator. Here it is. We would format it. It's plenty. This simply contains all the pages here. All the pages here. For you, you won't have all of this. You just have 4 pages. You know, we've created just 4 pages. So you name this, you you just double tap on this and then you type in overview. If I try it, it's going to give me error because we have an overview page here already. Let me show you how that works. So here it is. It contains all the page. Let me quickly hide some. Let's go to pages and then show. Let me hide some of those pages. I think I should hide 1, 2, the new ones we created. Yeah, and this is how they were. I think this was somewhere here. So that users can easily, when you come on it and then you control press it to take it to the page you selected. You have to press control and then you press it. But if you share the report live, users will just, they don't have to click on control. Once they click on it, it will take them to the page. But for us using Power BI, you just have to press control on your keyboard. And if you press the others page, it will take us to others. You see? That's that. It's the same thing here. So we would work with that in our next class. Let's quickly remove this. So yeah, this looks good. We are done for today. Tomorrow we'll finish up. Tomorrow we'll finish up and bring in our backgrounds for the 3 and 4. Yeah. So I'm going to upload or send the PowerPoint file to the co-host. Yeah, I'm sure it's recording. Okay, questions. Question time. Please, I have a question. Can we get the recording of the class? I missed yesterday's class. Yeah, for that you'd ask the co-host. I'm sure it's going to be made available to everyone. It's going to be made available to everyone. How do I stop this recording?
Okay, hi Matthew. You just need to do the exact same thing. Did.
Hello, can you repeat that? I didn't get you.
The exact, okay, so go to the shapes. The triangle, the rectangle, the circle.
Hold on, please. The recording will be